All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back inside the Hector Arena here in Pictou, Nova Scotia for game number 2 of the weekend set. And not only that, the final game before the Christmas break. These ladies will finish off this weekend. We'll take the week for the holidays, and then January 2nd down to Fredericton for the female showcase. So nothing to save it for. Here is my point. Leave it on the line. The 13-14-1 Down East Auto Parts Stars taking on the home team here, the Northern AAA Subway Selects, 22-3-0, sitting in second place, and the Stars in fifth. The starting goaltenders first for the Selects. We'll get there once they finish up their pregame cheers here. Both teams huddled around, as we can see. Trying to, another different vantage point for you here at home. So based on yesterday's starting goaltenders, it should be Grace Dunn and Lydia Mason here for the Selects. Amy Field got the start yesterday, improved her record to 13-1-0. And of course, the Stars fell 3-1. Just came up a little bit too late there in the third period. So both teams heading back to the benches. The referee at center ice. We have a fan of the coach here. Love to see the support, Coach Pellerin. Got his fan in the building here. Looks like we're almost ready to go. We'll get a quick look at the starting goaltender here for the Stars. Number 1, Grace Dunn, and down here, number 31, Lydia Mason. So as expected, looks like we're ready to go here now. My name is Matt Doodle for High Button Sports. Thank you for joining us here on this cloudy Sunday afternoon. The puck is down and we are underway. Chipped off the wall. That one's going to get down inside the Stars zone. The Selects started the game the same way yesterday. Won the opening faceoff, pumped it in deep, and got in on the forecheck here. Chipped off the wall, out into the neutral zone now. 2-on-1. Lutley with Mullins. Lutley across for Mullins. Couldn't get it by McIntyre. She stepped up on the 2-on-1 and intercepted that. Now it's going to be moved up to McLean. Shot towards a goal, easily deflected into the corner. Tanner down deep. McLean out front. Mullins in good defensive positioning, and she was able to intercept. That one will come back to the blue line. Not out though. Good job by Carrie Doron. Hold the line down in the corner. Body stick it tumble. Activating from the left side point is Carly Boyle. Stars looking to get out of the zone. Chipped in front there. The rebound's loose. McLean right on the doorstep, and actually that was not McLean on the doorstep. It was Allie Chisholm, but Dunn does a great job of keeping that puck out of the back of the net early on here. So both teams will get a full sail change. The faceoff will stay inside the Stars zone. Just to the left of the goaltender, Dunn. The Wolves, Lynx, Kraken, and Flames, all with games already this morning. As Richards now in behind the goal. She's stripped by player. Two number 9s clash down there. Walker through the middle, had a hard time with it, so it was picked off back the other way. Saucer pass up the left side. Now is Richards in over the blue line. Stopped up, looking for the trailer. Tried to feed a pass back. Fanned on it, but we'll get a second attempt where she makes good on. That shot was blocked now as Walker picks it up. Walker is going to chip that out to the red line. Still battling away with Carly Boyle there, as that's going to be ripped inside the Stars zone. Myers will head back to collect. Surveying, looking for her options. She finds an option coming off the bench in Matheson. Matheson, red line and deep. Never a bad play. Get in on the forecheck. Back for it first there was Ainsley Connolly. Back to the blue line and held in. And now McHattie will get a chance to center, and she will. Morrow over to the left side. And over the line go the Selects. A shot towards a goal, and that's going to be smothered up here by Dunn. And she'll hang on. Face off down. Working towards a goal, now in behind. Morrow. McGuigan. Fires around to the far side. Now player trying to pick it up on the backhand. Couldn't hang on. Turned over. Morrow with a chance. Point blank. Good poke check there in front. Now McHattie. Moves it back for the D. Back down low for Morrow. Morrow looping in the corner. Tries to center off the official skates. And that's going to be sent out through the neutral zone. Back to collect now Connolly. She'll go right up the strong side there. Picked up by McCaddy. Heads up there. That one just, nope. Official didn't even feel it. Drove it right into him. Didn't even flinch. Called the offside off, and you'd have never known. Mullins now takes down her defense there. A shot. Good first save there from Mason. All the way up to the red line now once again. Citrome turns, fires. That goes back inside. The Stars have to touch up here in the neutral zone. Back for it now is Doron. Back around the far side. Worked out of the corner. Stopped up. McIntyre now looking for her options. Goes up the left side for Fife McDonald. Turned over by Mullins. Lots of energy from the Stars bench early on here. It's McIntyre now. She's going to get the red line. She'll get it in deep. Out to play it now is done. Perfectly done there. She left it there for her defense. Fitzpatrick. Now Mullins cross ice to Raina Fitzpatrick. That one bounced off her stick. She gets tangled up down there. Puck switches sides, and over the blue line is Richards. Richards can't get around Fitzpatrick. 2-on-1 down there on the half wall. Richards now takes a bump there from Lutley. A huge hit, and now that's going to be a penalty as Richards taken down. So Emily Lutley will head to the box. Richards will have a couple words for her on the way by, but the first power play of the game is going to go to the Selects. They scored a power play goal early in the game yesterday on their first power play. A 3-goal first period for the Selects yesterday, and 1 goal in the third for the Stars was, well, that was a master in that game. So Selects looking to make good on a power play here. Left side, McIntyre down low for McLean. McLean, 3 points in yesterday's game to boost her number to 48. McIntyre now to the middle, over to the left side for McLean. Drag shot there, bounces up off the blocker, and that'll find the back of the net. And the Selects, once again, will get an early power play goal here, coming at around 40% on the man advantage. And just like that, it's a 1-0 hockey game here. So Dunn got the original piece. A little monitor here. Watch the replay. It was a good hard shot. Dunn got a piece of it and just rolled up the blocker. A tough bounce for the goaltender early on, but lots of hockey to be played as that's a nice move inside. MacArthur drags, fires it towards the goal. That one was kicked aside now as player picks it up, and behind her own net she'll move. Cuts to the middle. Now another move on the right side. She's got 2 beat up the right side. McLean had seen enough, and she attacks on her own. That'll turn the puck over. There's the Selects now. Moving it up the right side. MacArthur couldn't handle it. Stars looking for the breakout. Player back to help out. Player up ice for Walker. Great job to pick that up. She's down the left side. Walker shot there on the blocker save. Made by Mason. It's going to be a lofted puck that hits a few bodies, so icing's going to be waved off. It's going to go down onto Dunn, and she will hang on there with a couple blue jerseys on the doorstep. 15-10 left to go here in the first. 4-1 the shots now in favor of the home team, the Selects. It's McIntyre. Peels that off the face-off. Looked around to the far side. In the corner now they battle. Fitzpatrick couldn't handle it. Richards looking for that loose puck. She's going to spin away from pressure. Richards tried to center. Raina Fitzpatrick now. Move it over to the right side for Mullins. Mullins being chased. She'll return the favor across for Fitzpatrick. Turned over just in front of the Stars bench now. Through the middle of the ice. That was just through the feet of Mullins. And now back the other way in transition go the Selects. Dumped in off the end wall. Dunn had to be careful there as those lively end boards. You just never know. Mullins in her own defensive zone. Worked around to the far side. Fitzpatrick got a piece of it. Heads up there is Lutley through the middle for Mullins. Mullins gains the red line. She'll get it in deep, and they're going to head for a full change here. McIntyre behind her own net. We'll move it up the left side. Try to return the favor back to McIntyre. She was swinging through with full speed, and puck goes into her feet, so we'll have to retreat back and behind their own net now. McGuigan will force her over to the left side, right on the tape for McCaddy as she'll head through the neutral zone. McCaddy on Fitzpatrick, cuts to the middle, still in, good back check there. Now Matheson back, she'll move it across ice. Good play there to alleviate pressure. She went on across the weak side. Now that's going to be a giveaway to the point. Shot there through a crowd, that one goes wide. Chipped up and over, got over Burris. All the way down in the select zone here. Centering pass off the pad of Mason. Nobody home for the Stars, so the Selects are able to grab possession. That gets by everybody. That'll go down through the neutral zone and inside the Stars' defensive end. Spinning around looking for the options. That's going to go up the right side, and Burris was able to get there and intercept, but in the meantime, the Selects were caught offside, so she had to stop up the blue line, but they're good now as McLean picks it up in the corner. She's going to cut back to the middle of the ice. Looking for it still. Walker had it poked off her stick. Player now. Moved around to the far side. Through the middle, Walker is going to collect with speed here. She might have a step on Grinton. Walker stops up, tries to get a shot off. Good stick there by the Selects defense in the shooting lane there. Now a lofted puck up the other way. Bria Tanner, one-on-one. Drop pass towards a goal, right idea. It slides into the goaltender before they could complete the play. So 12:40 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 lead here for the Selects off the stick of, you guessed it, Hallie Rose McLean, her 30th goal of the season. And we're just at the halfway mark now, so impressive stuff there from the Selects captain. One thing of note, and I hope I don't jinx it here, but the amount of ice time that McLean gets and the looks that she gets and the abuse that she gets, she has amassed a grand total of 0 penalty minutes so far on the season, and I think that's something that should be mentioned for somebody who spends as much time on the ice with the puck as Hallie Rose McLean. So I could only dream of taking no penalties. Now Lutley pokes it free. She's going to go back the other way. Backhand chance. Rebound was there, and that one was cleared out of harm's way. Richards through the middle, the old Hail Mary, and it works out this time as Tanner now. She's going to loft one up and over the defense and into the corner. Now is Rogan Vinton on the loose puck. Centering pass out front. Oh, a great look for Richards. And Dunn got a piece. Myers now reverses it to her partner. Raina Fitzpatrick fires it up to the point. Doiron able to get a piece of it. MacArthur will loop it back from McIntyre. Quickly up the ice now. Great neutral zone breakout there from the Selects. Quick back to the D. One touch up to the winger, and they're in the zone on the attack. The neutral zone transition game, a big part of the game these days. Now is another one-touch pass out front there. Was into the feet of Richards. She had started to creep in towards the back post, but the puck goes right to the area where she was. As MacArthur tangles up in front of the bench with the Stars. Through the middle, heads up there. Citrome couldn't get it. No idea where the puck is. Now we find it. So Richards going to head for the bench. McIntyre had that roll off her stick. Back to McIntyre once again. She'll cut back through the middle. Almost turned it over. And now she does. Back the other way. Player tangled up. Cross ice pass. Picked up on the far side. Now over for Morrow. Morrow, a shot there that hits a body in front and goes up and out of play. 10:42 left to go now here in the first. 6-3 the shots in favor of the home team. So a 3-1 final yesterday. The Stars looking to head back on the bus across the Confederation with a little more of a, I guess, positive outcome, if you will. Not sure where I was heading with that one, but figured it out. Puck is down now and behind the goal. Centering pass, a one-time chance there was fanned on. As Walker now. And behind the goal, player battling in behind her own net, as well as Kate Morrow here for the Selects, tied up just in behind the net now. This is where you can't get caught puck watching if you're the Stars. Have a quick shoulder peek every now and then. Make sure you know exactly where pressure's coming from. Back to the point, Burris. Tried to knock it down, wasn't able to. The puck comes outside the zone. The Selects will have to regroup here on the delayed offside, but they're going to head for a change here. Stretch pass through the middle, right on the tape of Mullins. She's going to have a step down the right side, and Mason, with Burris hot on the scene there for Mullins, just couldn't quite get herself freed up. One thing to look for, these Stars, especially with the long defensive change here, you have the opportunity to kind of send that late forward across that blue line and try and catch the Selects up in the offensive zone. Bradley turned it over. Now Mullins is going to pick it up. She's got a step now. And over the blue line she goes. Mullins had that roll off her stick. Lutley down low, centering pass off of Mason. Loose again, Lutley shot there, blocker save, still loose in front. All kinds of chaos now, referee right on the scene, puck still loose, doesn't blow the whistles. Mullins lost her mitt and her stick, she'll gather that. Lydia Mason lost her stick there too. Now everyone's got their gear back. The puck goes down inside the Stars zone. Dumped in to the neutral zone. Grinton trying to fire it in deep. Her and McLean getting a little miscommunication over there. Now Grinton comes in. She runs into Bradley. Now McLean. She'll spin off of player. McLean creates some space. She's going to take a whack there and a delayed penalty on the way here now as the Selects will touch up. So it's going to go to the Stars here as Lutley finally gets possession here, and it's going to be a hooking call, and looks like it's going to go to number 11, Raina Fitzpatrick. So back to the power play go the Selects. We touched earlier on the 0 penalty minutes for Hallie Rose McLean, and right then and there was a prime example of, I guess, I use the term abuse. I'm trying to find a synonym for such word, but takes a lot of heat out there with the puck, and to not retaliate is mighty impressive, I will say. Cross-ice pass for Burris, a shot there right off the hop here on the power play. And they wasted no time getting that one to the front of the net. So you get that pass if you're Burris and you look up and you got nobody between you and the goaltender in the high slot. Sometimes it almost freezes you up as a player. You can't believe how much space you have. Good save there by Dunn, though. Player wins the face-off back, but good puck pursuit here from the Selects. Now as MacArthur tried to pull it in behind the net, forgot to take the puck. Now as it comes back to the point. Cross for McIntyre. McIntyre will go down low for McLean. Pressed right away. Back up to the point. Return pass. McIntyre goes back to McLean. No, she does not. She faked us all out. Good edge work there. Across for Burris. Now Burris across for McLean. McLean a shot there. The save made by Dunn. Fitzpatrick, real good job there and awareness to know where to fire that puck as she went through the seam there at the middle of the blue line, and that'll be a big clear here, 200 feet. McIntyre, left side for McLean. McLean pressed. Lutley is flying here this morning. Mullins down low. Turned it over on the clearing attempt out front into the slot. Lutley battling turnaround shot there was pushed aside. Pucked in the corner now. All three Selects in behind the goal line. MacArthur comes away with that puck. She'll move it across to the top of the point for Burris. Burris across for McIntyre. Down low. Bella Fitzpatrick. Perfect read. As she stepped right up on Hallie Rose McLean, the trigger girl here on the half wall. Back into the middle. MacArthur returns the favor back for Burris. Burris up top to the left side for McIntyre. That one rolled under the blade. Cross ice for Burris once again. She'll turn, fire. That one goes off the glass and all the way around to the far side. Will she get there in time? Yes, McIntyre. Through the middle for McLean. Too far for her to reach, so she'll head to the bench here for a change as Mason comes out to play it here. 14 seconds left to go here on the power play as McIntyre will fire the outlet pass up the middle of the ice for Sean Richards. Richards through the middle of the ice. She makes a nice move on the left side there. Couldn't quite get herself freed up as Fitzpatrick back to her feet and ready to return here in the penalty box. Richards, cross, door on. Didn't have a clean lane. She fires up the left side. Now we're going to be in a foot race here as Fitzpatrick. She's going to get there first here for the Stars. Doiron back in a hurry. Walker in to help out now, but Sean Richards back defensively. She'll fire a backhand pass through the middle. And that's going to be dumped in there by the Selects as they get the red line. Collected by the Stars defensively. Turned it over on the outlet pass. Didn't quite take a look. Into the point. Held in. That was Connolly coming in a heap. Over on the right side half wall. Into the feet of Morrow. Tries to cycle it down low. Player able to get a stick on it. She wasn't able to get the puck outside the zone though. As now the Stars are going to fire one. Nice play by Player to get a stick on that as that'll negate the icing and she'll get in on the forecheck here. Strip the puck. But McCaddy back here defensively to help. Both through the middle. Nearly turned over. And now Fife McDonald's going to go back the other way. 2-on-1 forming with Martin. Poked off the stick though. McCaddy. Nice cutback move. Over to the right side. Burris. Cycles it in deep. Myers takes a bump down there from Mila Martin. 5:40 left to go. Chipped in behind. Now is Matheson in a foot race. Burris back as well. Matheson bouncing puck down there in the corner. Didn't allow her to pick that puck up cleanly as her and Burris battle down there behind the goal. Outlet pass up the left side for Fife McDonald. Martin there couldn't handle that pass. She couldn't decide if she wanted to take it on the forehand or the backhand. Backhand would have allowed her to maintain her momentum. Slowed her down a little bit. There's a knuckler towards a goal. It's blocked away by Mason. Fitzpatrick leans on her opponent. They tangle up down there. You can just see it on your screen. You look over to the left side here. We got a couple cross checks going. Martin trying to get the puck outside the zone, but now it's Lutley. Moves it across for Fitzpatrick. Tried to fire one. And fanned on the attempt, so the puck will stay inside the zone, however. It's Boyle around for Burris. Burris with a head of steam. She'll carry it up, and she's going to barrel through two players as she got tangled up with Mullins and Bradley, but the puck will get inside the zone, so job done. Maybe not the most conventional way, but the puck gets in deep. Mullins now through the middle. Trying to look for Fitzpatrick and or Lutley coming through the middle. Lutley will continue on the forecheck. That'll allow her line mates to complete the change. And she's going to head back to the bench on the way back here. Chipped outside the zone. Richards. Comes in over the blue line. She's going to cut back to the middle. Big poke check there from Walker. And now Grinton in a foot race here. McKenzie, that could have easily been interference, but I think they disguised it well enough. Tangled up down there. Tanner, now Richards pulls it out of the crowd, back to the point. No lane to the net, so they fire it in deep. McIntyre finds a loose puck, 2-on-1 now. She's going to keep, shot, scores! Lexi McIntyre fires her 10th goal of the season home. A beautiful shot up over the blocker side. And it's 2-0 Selects here now with 3:42 left to go. It's good heads up there by McIntyre. She picked up that loose puck out in just outside the blue line. Looked up, had no teammates inside the blue line. Kind of caught the Stars flat-footed at the defensive side of the blue line, and she just found a lane. And the defenseman did a good job there of allowing her to keep the shot and the goaltender to focus on the shot, but just a perfectly placed puck there by McIntyre will give them a 2-goal lead. So McIntyre from Richards as they continue their offensive power here this season. They have very spread out offense. Yes, heavy at the top, but there isn't a single person on the team without a goal. So secondary scoring a key to a successful team, no doubt. Cycles down low. So 10th goal as a defenseman, good numbers, I think. Her max in her career was 3 or 4 in a season, if my my research is correct. Now is a shot towards the goal. Stars looking for the rebound at the side of the net. Mason was down and out. Battling in behind the goal line. That one's going to come all the way out into the neutral zone. Myers will be the one back here for the Stars. Turns, fires, blows a tire. It's McCaddy. Nobody really wanted it. Tanner tried to poke it free, but it was Larkin who came flying through on the poke check. For Larkin up the left side for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick fired across ice a little bit too late as Mullins was already through the middle of the ice. Mullins now finds that loose puck. She'll dump it in the corner. It's going to go all the way around to the far side. Lutley in on Burris. Trying to find the loose puck. 3-on-2 over there on the wall. Barely see it. No real good spot in the arena to pick up that angle. They peel it free now. In the corner now, battling Mullins. Comes free, Lutley. Back for Larkin, had to be quick, she was. It hits a stick unluckily and goes all the way back down into the Stars zone. Right back up the strong side, and the Stars, I was just about to say, could get caught here for too many. It looks like it will be a too many players on the ice call here against the Stars, a bench minor. So with 1:39 left to go here in the first period, the Selects go back to the power play. They are 1 for 2 so far. And firing at a whopping 39% here That's a large number for the power play. Even around 19, 20 would be a high number, but 39, 40% is. I guess my point being, to shorten it, you got to stay out of the box when you're playing against this select squad. As they get set up on the power play breakout. It's going to go up the right side. MacArthur had to wait for it, so she'll loop back down inside her zone, and she'll return the favor across for Boyle. Boyle in over the line. She's got to take on two Stars players. Finds the loose puck as she poked it off the stick, and she'll send it the length of the ice. And now Carrie Doiron, the last one back. Stars were able to complete a forward change as Lutley and Mullins enter the ice. Up the left side for McLean. McLean cuts into the middle, still with it. She'll spin off, eat some ice, look for the trailer. She finds Boyle. Boyle over to McIntyre. McIntyre. Crack for Boyle. A bouncing puck there. That one landed in behind the goal. So we're going to have a foot race here, but Boyle will get there in time. Fires it across. Mullins take down McLean, and she went down awkwardly. It looks like she's going to be okay. Mullins read it, and now she's going to be back the other way, 1-on-2. Mullins, toe drag and a flick into the zone. She gets tangled up with McIntyre. McLean went to the bench. Looks like she's going to be okay, though. And over the line go the Selects. To the trailer, Burris. Burris shot there, save made. Dunn rebounds loose, and she'll smother it up. Great job by Grace Dunn with 8.8 seconds left on the clock. And she smothers that puck up here. So 29 seconds left to go here in this first period. Sorry, 29 seconds left in the power play here in the first period. Down. Swung back to the D. McIntyre into the middle for Burris. Burris shot there, blocked fearlessly by Gwyn Dawn. And that's going to do it here for the first 20 minutes of the game. The second game of the set. There's 20 minutes down here. It's a 2-0 lead for the Select. Shots on goal after 20 minutes of play. 13-8 in favor of the home team. We'll head to the intermission. We'll have a flood. The Selects will start the second period on a power play. So hang tight. We'll be back with second period action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. Second period action just about underway. Both teams enter the surface here. We'll wait for the officials to get the nets on the pegs. The Stars will start the second period shorthanded for 21 seconds, of course, barring a quick goal here. But it's a 2-0 lead for the Selects, looking to improve their record to 3-0 as they flip-flop between first and third place here. The Rockets and the Surge and the Selects all jammed up right there in those top three spots. And the Surge with a couple games in hand. So looks like we're ready to go here for the second period. For just joining us, Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. Thank you for tuning in here live from the Hector Arena on High Button Sports. And the first touch of the period is going to go to the Stars, and they're going to fire that one in deep. That'll kill off some precious seconds here. Now as Fitzpatrick looks on patiently. I did hear Coach Pellerin give the start here to Mullins and Lutley as Fitzpatrick's penalty would expire. And enough time to get them out there as a full unit. One thing that's tougher as a coach than you think is bench management, is that's going to be lofted down the ice for an icing. Knowing when and where to put your players out. And that's more of a common one if you've played the game for a while. You have 20 or less seconds on a power play. You send out your other two forwards that will join and complete that line when she steps back onto the ice. So, spent a couple years coaching. Wasn't really for me. Wasn't the greatest at managing my bench. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. Back to the middle for Larkin. Shot there. That was blocked in front by Burris, it looked like. So now the Selects looking to go back in transition here. MacArthur, the second leading scorer here for the Selects team. She'll walk in over the line. Had it poked off her stick by Myers. Fitzpatrick just fires that one out into the neutral zone. McLean found the puck, fired it in, hit the linesman. Now weird bounce there through the crease. Holy moly, that was close. Just a weird bank off those boards there, and it rolled through the feet of Dunn. That's where you just hope that she just stays frozen there. She dropped down to the butterfly, but the puck had already gone through. So the puck back now into the Select zone is Player. Offs it across, Fitzpatrick through the middle of the ice, looking for McKinnis. Now Fitzpatrick once again, off the wall. Trying to get it by Grinton. They're able to do so now as Player. He's rubbed out against the wall. All the way around to the far side. Bradley there to pick it up, only for a second as she just got a stick on it now as Richards tries to fire one up ice. Fitzpatrick there to intercept. She'll bank that one off the wall. Is that going to have enough for icing? And it will, as the whistle goes here now. So just a minute and 1 second into the second period here, and they'll have a face-off down inside the Stars zone. Banked off the back of the goaltender there and behind the net dangerously. Dunn had to be sharp and was. Down low. McCaddy cycles it down deep. Fitzpatrick down there battling. Player in there as well. Partnered across. Good feed. Now Burris on the long shot. The rebound's free there. Fife McDonald couldn't get a stick on it as it laid in the high slot. Turnaround shot here. Another opportunity, McCaddy through the crowd. That one doesn't make its way to the net. Through the middle of the ice, nice feed. Walker back the other way. All by herself. Burris stepped up. She got McCaddy with her. McCaddy had to ease off as Burris walked in over the line. She winds, fires. That's off a set of shin pads and into the far corner. Now it's going to be chipped off the wall. McIntyre on it. Be interesting to see where she plays next year. McIntyre. Tried the centering pass. And that one was off a skate and all the way out into the neutral zone as the Selects will head back to collect in their own zone. Up the right side. Stick lift. Good read there by Matheson as she was able to get in the lane. McIntyre couldn't get it by Mullins. Mullins cross corner dump. Back forward is Doiron. Carrie Doiron with it, looking for her options. In the middle for McLean, off her skate. Just a little bit late there on the pass. Worked back. That's Citrome now. That's going to go the length of the ice. Bouncing out front, no icing. McIntyre collects, looking for the option. She'll spin around. Great edge work there. She created some time and space just with a quick cutback move. Now she'll open it right up. Up the left side. Chisholm. And over the line for McLean. Looking for the shot. She'll shoot from pretty well anywhere. Now is Lutley through the middle for Mullins. Mullins is going to head north. Over the red line, now over the blue. Fires one. That was kicked aside by Mason. Bank pass. Out front there. Rebound still loose. Lutley down there in the corner. She's battling down there. And now there's going to be a penalty here to the Selects, it looks like. It's going to be a slashing call. And it looks like it's going to go against Carly Boyle. There was two of them heading towards the box there, so I want to make sure I got it right. But to the power play go the Stars here for the first time in the game, trailing by 2. A glorious opportunity here to cut into this lead. We just wait to get it situated. It's going to be McHattie, Burris, MacArthur, and Connolly for the Selects. They're going to go Larkin, Fitzpatrick, Lutley, Mullins, and Player up front here for the Stars. They're the far side now. Larkin. Cross ice for Mullins. Mullins back up top for Fitzpatrick, who winds and fires. There was tipped in front there, and it goes wide. Mullins leans on Burris. She's able to come away with that puck. Larkin to the middle of the ice. Shot there, save made Mason, and now it's going to be covered up. Lutley, a couple extra pushes in front. So the faceoff will remain inside the zone. Not sure. Oh, they just have a little bit of an issue with the clock there. The old 9-minute and 50-second penalty. Now they got the official in there now. The perfect time for Coach to bring his players in here. Music just loud enough that I can't hear. So I guess a good time to have a peek here. Oh no, looks like they got her figured out now. Minute 50 left up on the board. Okay. So face off. So now the Selects coach going to bring the officials together here. So we'll see what they do. Back over to the timekeeper's box. So now they're going to run the clock for an extra 10 seconds here. Stars coach wants an explanation. All right, looks like we got her figured out here now. The faceoff's going to come to the left side of Mason. Puck is down. Line, he wasted no time. So Larkin across now. Back for Larkin. Right side. Shot there. That goes wide. Bouncing off the end wall. Spin around. Mullins. Fired it towards the goal. Player will slow it down. She'll fire it up top for Larkin. Larkin across for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick winds and fires. That one was poked wide. Lutley in the corner to support. Larkin. Nice move. Opportunity to shoot. She does. Too much traffic in front as it hits a body and goes wide. Now Mullins down low, looking for player. Weird bounce. McCaddy. Lutley, a little miscommunication there with Larkin. Now McCaddy able to get a backhander out through the neutral zone. Fitzpatrick's back to collect here. McCaddy will continue in on the forecheck. So stay on that left post. That'll force Fitzpatrick out the right side. When forechecking is done right, you can control traffic. This player down the right side, she's going to have the opportunity, tried to go far side. That just goes high. She had the space, couldn't find the net. It's Fitzpatrick now. Fires that cross ice. McIntyre turns and fires that down the length of the ice. So they look to get broken out here. And over the line opportunity, Fitzpatrick the shot. Mason, no problem with that one. She'll hang on and cover it up. 12 seconds left to go here in the power play. Puck down. And now that one's going to get outside the zone here. Good press here, and now we're back to 5-on-5, so nothing doing on the power play for the Stars. Fitzpatrick tried to chip it free. Walker, and over the line down the left side. She's got Doyer on the beach. She stops up in the corner, moves it up top to the point. Have to be quick there, blocked. Is that shot attempt? Over the red line now. McLeod couldn't get around Guindon. Now Richards tried to center. That was intercepted. Richards and Mason on the player profiles here in the programs that they hand out before the games. Now is McKenzie. She's going to get the red line and couldn't quite get it in deep. Now is Boyle. Finds a player off the bench. Couldn't connect on the pass as McLean will get on the forecheck, but it's partnered across. McKenzie through the middle. Right into McGuigan. Not quite what she was intending to do, I don't think. As now Grinton and over the line. Tried to leave it back there. Boyle joins the party. She'll work down the right side. Underneath the hash marks. Towards the front of the goal. Into the crease area. Fife McDonald down there behind the goal as well. Larkin. The right side for Mullins. Mullins through the middle of the ice onto the stick there for a moment of Matheson. And now up the right side, Fife McDonald. Couldn't hang on to the pass. Stars trying to clear. Turned over, but it's now going to work up the right side. Banked up to the wall, but held in once again. Fanned on. That's Larkin just trying to go back up the strong side. Would have liked to see her reverse that and head back into a quiet zone, but a lot easier from my vantage point than hers. So it's going to be lofted down the ice. I don't think it's going to have enough for icing, and no, it will not, as Burris is there first. Burris had Lutley to deal with, but she gets around her. Nice pass up. Fife McDonald moves up the right side for McLean. Good clean breakout there of the Selects. McLean, nice move. Circles in the corner. Now centers. Lutley back defensively, had it in her feet there for a moment as Bradley ties up with McLean. Got away with one there a little bit. Fitzpatrick through the middle, to her other Fitzpatrick. I'm going to assume they'd be sisters, but you never know. Spin around pass from Tanner, down deep. Chisholm working over to the corner, still with it, now it's picked off. As Walker is going to go back the other way. Walker with a step. She's going to work in on McIntyre. Walker towards the goal. Mason the save. Rebound comes loose. Player in behind the net. Tries to center. Through the crease. Open front there. And Mason with a great save as she tracked that puck beautifully. It's a good sneak attack there as McGinnis made her way in from the bench. And speaking of Lydia Mason, she's also featured here in the program, and fun fact for you, her favorite player is David Pasternak, so not what I would have expected as a goaltender, but point shot there was kicked aside by Mason. The rebound comes free, back to the point, back down, McGinnis in the half wall, cycles it in deep, player. Getting helped out by Walker. Walker with the wraparound attempt there. Mason had the toe there in time. Richards now. Down the right side, she's going to have a step here. Richards to the forehand, to the backhand, she scores. Sean Richards showing off the getaway sticks, and then the patience in tight, and it's 3-0 for the Selects on a great burst of speed from Sean Richards, who will pick up her 13th goal of the season. She did say in her player profile that one thing that she enjoys the most about hockey is making new friends and scoring. So she'll definitely enjoy that part of it then. As McIntyre goes up the left side looking for Vint. Stars able to get possession in their own zone. Now is MacArthur. So Richards from Boyle is the final call. Here's MacArthur. Shot. That one goes wide. All the way around to the far side now. Back to the point. McIntyre works to the middle. Fires it down low for Vint, who fires it immediately cross ice for Doron. Doron shot there in front. That was deflected, and it just goes wide by the post. McKenzie fires that through the middle. Back across for McIntyre. He's going to move it up the left side, looking for Vint once again, but it's off the stick of Guindon and down into their own zone. McLean on the forecheck. Turned it over. Only for a moment, though. Now is Fitzpatrick. Fired it lazily through the middle. Just be careful there, getting a little vicious with the stick. Don't want to take a penalty. Looked into the corner now. Battling to get it out of the Stars. Chipped off the wall. Grinton able to hold the line. She spins and fires it back down deep. So back the Stars are to retreat. Fitzpatrick couldn't get it out. Morrow turns. Fires it in deep. Guindon now back up top. Boyle looking for it through the middle. Mullins in a foot race there, but Grinton was able to get a stick on it first. Up the right side. Mullins right through the middle for Lutley. Lutley couldn't hang on long enough to make a play, but she whacks it in deep. Guiron back for it. I'm sorry, that was Boyle. Regardless, Selects get possession. Now the Stars looking to hold the zone, but it's McHattie back the other way. Ashton McHattie. Good defensive play there from Maya Larkin. Stepped right up, took away her time and space. She was all alone, so either dump it by me or beat me clean with a move, and now the Stars are going to go back the other way. Mullins intercepted, and that is going to be offside by a considerable amount, so the whistle will go. So the Western Flames and the Fundy Kraken in a shootout as we speak, or if not, it may have just finished down at the Q-Plex in St. John. Flames rocking their new orange jerseys. Icing waved off here. Stars couldn't get it out cleanly. McHattie tries to center. Spin around, back to the point, held in. Burris shot there, and the glove save made by Dunn. 8:15 left to go here in this second period. 3-0 lead now. 2 goals in the first, 1 so far here in the second. Puck's down. Richards looking for it, but it's Bradley who comes away with it. Moved over into the corner. Shot towards there. That one got a piece of Dunn. Cycled down low. Front of the Zamboni doors down there. Peeled out of the corner. Chipped off the wall. Burris holds the line, walks to the middle, fires a shot, kicked aside by Dunn. Good clean shot there from Burris. At that point, you're not shooting to score. You're shooting for a deflection and or a rebound, and then you hope you score. Chip through the middle now. Walker tried to push it to her backhand, and it bounced off her stick. As now the Selects will just dump it in deep. 7:30 left to go. Collected here by the Stars. Up the right side for Player. Couldn't hang on as McIntyre jumped into the play to hold the zone. McGuigan for the Stars. Nice move. Cuts around the first forechecker. Now she'll move it over to the right side as Fitzpatrick. She's going to have a step here. Fitzpatrick in over the line. Drag, shoots there. Took a weird bounce, and it goes in the back of the net. Hit 2 bodies. And we're not sure who it actually hit, but the shot hit a stick, hit a body. As Mason was heading the other way, it looked like it hit McIntyre in front based on the conversation they just had, but just like that, the Stars right back in this one as they cut the lead to 2. Just get the puck to the net. We just touched on it in the last sequence there where I was saying you're not really necessarily shooting to score. I think Fitzpatrick definitely was shooting to score on that one, but got herself a good bounce. So one assisted, Bella Fitzpatrick. That's her 3rd goal of the season. And her 19th point. That shot there from the point goes high and wide. Foot race there. Vint couldn't get it out. McIntyre, nice spin move there. She is able to kind of edge her way out of some tough spaces with the agility that she has. Fun to watch for sure. Now as Citrone finds a loose puck. Raina Fitzpatrick in now. She'll leave it there. Shot coming from the point. Didn't make its way there as McIntyre up in the play. Intercepted. She'll cut back now. Great angle job there from Guindon. And now Mullins with a 2-on-1 the other way with Fitzpatrick. Mullins keeps, shoots off the post. Nobody knows where it is, and it's a bouncing puck now. She just waited long enough to kind of force Mason to head over and potentially deal with that backdoor pass, and then she tried to sneak it short side off the post, off the goalie, and then in behind, so the whistle eventually goes. But another good chance there to cut into this lead here. The face-off to the left side of Mason. Centering pass there, that'll get by everybody. And all the way down inside the Stars zone. Approaching the 5-minute mark here. Spin around pass. McHattie couldn't handle it. Boyle follows up. Good read by her. A shot that was deflected wide. Rebound at the side of the goal was whacked in behind the net. Mullins trying to fire that free. She ran into Grinton. That puck's going to be worked out all the way down. And that one will have enough for icing here. Coach wants a clarification as Mullins pulled back on the ice. He wants to know if she's off the bench before the puck or play is called on the icing, is she allowed to change? But I do believe, and I could be wrong because I'm wrong all the time, but I do believe it's just the players involved in the sequence. So if I shoot it per se from my end of the ice and I cause the icing, but before the puck gets down the ice, I get off onto the bench, I think I still have to come back on. So it looks like that is going to be the case. There's probably some coaches and or refs listening right now trying to figure out what exactly I'm talking about. But you never know, I could be right. But regardless of that, play is back here as Mullins gets that pass. They're able to get it deep now, and they'll be able to complete the change here. To the blue line. Lutley trying to hold it. McHattie finds a loose puck and gets it in deep. 5 minutes to go now here in the second. Dangerously at the side of the goal. Nearly found the back of the net. Now the puck's going to go back the other way. McGinnis. She's pinched off down there. Puck gets in behind the goal, though, is Walker. Battling with Burris. Good puck retrieval there as Walker came in and peeled that out of the crowd. Now Burris will fire it around the far side. Through the middle of the ice, too far for Morrow to reach as Bradley will partner it across for Fitzpatrick. Bella Fitzpatrick off the wall. McKenzie picks it up, the red line, and that'll get in deep just to the hash marks. And now we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be an interference call, and it looks like it's going to go against number 15, Layla Burris. So Stars are going to head to the power play here. They'll put out PP1. Player Mullins, Lutley, Larkin, and Fitzpatrick here for the Stars. McIntyre, Doiron, McLean, and Richards for the Selects. Another power play opportunity here for the Stars. Larkin. Now McLean turns, fires. That one will just get outside the zone. Fitzpatrick was there waiting as she had to ease off as the weak side D. Fitzpatrick now. McIntyre stepped right up on her. Shot there quickly. Kicked aside by Mason. Had to be sharp. Good call over there at the blue line. I have a perfect vantage point here from the offensive blue line. And that puck definitely stayed in. And now it's a centering pass, and that hits a body out front. And it looks like it's Mullins. And just like that, it's 3-2 here. Just a pass out front. And actually, it looks like it's going to be Caden's player. And she gives the not sure how that went in, but I'll take it face. So player with her 12th goal of the season, not the game. That would be mighty impressive. So 3-2 the score now. 2 fortunate bounces for the Stars and 2 unfortunate bounces for the Selects, but hey, that's hockey, folks. And the old quote, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Not sure if that was intended to be a shot, but it finds its way into the back of the net, so we got ourselves a brand new hockey game here. Looking for the return, and that was tipped in front through the middle. Mullins does a great job there to get her stick on that puck. Now she's reaching for that one, but it's MacArthur. A lot of the Mac names will get you. And now McLean touches up, but that's going to be whistled on the offside here with 3:17 left to go now in the second. And just like that, it's a 3-2 game, so. So the faceoff will be just in front of the Subway Selects bench. Walker off the draw, finds it, gets the red line, and gets it in deep. McGinnis, good job as the F3 there. She found that loose puck and was able to get it back down inside the zone. Now it's Player looking for another bank. Wouldn't that have been something? Player, front there into the feet. Good clog there by the Selects as they took care of home base first here. Rimmed around the far side. Burris is going to have some time. MacArthur couldn't handle that pass. Burris tries to go across for McLean. Now it's a foot race here as Player leans into Vint there, and they both get their sticks up. That'll get down inside the Select zone. Cross-ice pass right onto the tape there of MacArthur. MacArthur through the middle for McLean. McLean wasn't quite ready to receive it, so that puck bounced off her stick. McKenzie back the other way. Turn, fired. Rebound there was perfectly placed off the pad. They couldn't put it home, but the puck will stay inside the zone now. McKenzie muscled off the puck. Burris, good patience. She's going to fire it around to the far side. Tanner looking for it. That puck will get by the defense. 2-on-1 forming now. Tanner and Chisholm across looking for Chisholm, and it was intercepted. Great defensive play now working over the corner. Front there. And Tanner just missed. Tried to go high on the glove side. She had the space, just couldn't find the net. McCaddy back into the high slot. Tanner went to pull a shot off, but she was stick lifted along the way. Citrome, she's stick lifted. Now it's pushed back inside the zone. Good stick checking going down there. All without taking penalties. McIntyre chips it to herself off the wall. She'll get in on the forecheck. She'll ease off now. It's Mullins way in behind the D. Trying to sneak one up off the wall. Now she'll retreat back inside the defensive zone. And she'll get herself on the defensive side of the puck here. Citrome with it. Kind of got slowed up in the Zamboni doors. Chisholm in there with McCaddy. Chisholm's going to come away with that puck as we approach the final minute here in the second. McCaddy out of the corner. Tries to center. Last minute to play here in the second period. McCaddy with it in the corner. Tries to center. She does. It comes all the way out to the point. McIntyre spins, opens herself up, and then cycles it down deep. Too hot for McCaddy to handle. Mullins through the middle. Won't be the pass she was looking for, but the job will get done as the puck exits the zone. Now Chisholm, the end of her shift, will fire it in deep, and she'll head for a change. Citrome reversed it back the other way for Mullins. Mullins lofts that up through the neutral zone. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1 forming here as Fitzpatrick with Lutley. Lutley picks it up. Shot. She scores. What a snipe there. Emily Lutley ties the game on a great feed from Raina Fitzpatrick. And she ripped that one in a hurry, and we are back to square one here with 24 seconds left in the first period. And it's a 3-3 hockey game. Lutley's 14th of the season and her 28th point is going to tie this one up. So Lutley from Fitzpatrick. And I do believe Mullins should get an assist on that one too, as she lofted that puck out into the neutral zone, which allowed them to get that opportunity. Now is Lutley. Fires it back. Fitzpatrick at the point. Shot coming through a crowd. Mason was taken down. And that's going to do it here for the second period. 40 minutes come and gone. A brand new hockey game after 40 minutes of play. It's a 3-3 tie here now. So final shots after two, 21-18 in favor of the home team here, but a much closer game now to start the third period. So we'll head to the break, and we will be back with third period action. You're watching the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League here on High Button Sports. Hang tight, and we'll be back with the third. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Third period action just about underway here from the Hector Arena. It's a 3-3 hockey game now. I don't think the Selects were too happy with their effort in the second period based on what the score is at this point. Now, I will say a couple tough bounces for the Selects, but at the same time, you relinquish a 3-goal lead. I don't think coach is going to be too happy. So, third period underway here, 20 minutes on the board. Canteen at Hector Arena here is just top-notch stuff, folks. So if you get a chance to travel here for a game, I would. One of those old-school canteens that you know just by looking at it that the food and stuff is great. So that's as much as I'll say on that note as the puck stays inside the Stars' end. McIntyre picks up the loose puck, fires it back down inside the zone. Selects will finish a forward change here. Fitzpatrick tried to dump it in. It goes off a body and behind the goal. Mason had to be careful there. Now it's Fitzpatrick. Mullins tries to center, does, but it was picked off along the way. Back the other way goes Richards. And over the line. She's going to fire that across the seam. Not quite home there. Duron cycles it down low, or tries to. Didn't quite get the job done, and she's going to retreat back in her own zone here. Warmed around to the far side now. That's going to get by everybody. Icing's going to be waved off, though. Worked up the strong side. In behind the goal, Myers. Whacking at it. Comes back to the point. Grinton holds the line, fires it towards the goal. Rebound in front there was Fife McDonald, and now the whistle's going to go here. So it was lodged up against the side of the net. So first whistle of the period here, 18:22. Behind the net now off the face-off. Centering pass, oh, front there was right on the doorstep was Martin. I think it kind of surprised her because it, quite frankly, surprised me. So stick was on the ice. She was ready to go. It just kind of bounced out at the wrong time for her. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Find yourself in a spot like that, at least you know you're getting to the right areas and your chances are going to come. Grinton, nice move. Somehow gets across for Boyle, who shoots there, and Dunn makes the save. And she'll hang on. So 17:51 left to go. Give a shout out to my old teammate and a good buddy of mine in the West Kent Steamers, Mr. Cody Anthony, for tuning in here this afternoon. One of the greatest passers I've had the privilege of playing with. So shout out to him and all he does for the hockey world as well. Back now to collect. Sorry about that. Oh, front there, they whack at it, and Mason able to make the save there. Not even sure if she knew that the shot was coming, but she was still able to make the save there, and sometimes positionally that's all you need to do is be in the right spot to make a save, and she does there. Outlet pass on the left side. Matheson took a bump there. That puck will stay inside the zone. McLean in behind the net. Spins, fires. That took a weird bounce and then hits the back of the net. Trying to get out of the zone here. Good press from the Selects. Lofted back down. McLean looking for it, but it's Guindon for Mullins. Mullins ties up over there on the half wall. Now it'll be poked free. Cycled it in behind the net. Now Citrome will release. Fire a bank pass from Matheson. Matheson whacks it, knocks it down. Now it's going to go cross ice. Mullins got a stick on it for a moment, but she's going to head for a change here as McIntyre was a little bit tardy on the pass. So she wasn't able to get it to Richards. Held in by Doiron. She cycles it down deep. Now they'll get the breakout going here. And the Selects intercept, and they'll fire it back down in deep. Dunn patiently waiting for that puck to get to her there so she could play it. Now Player dangles the ref and a Selects forward. She's going to continue on here. Dumps it in on the chase. Walker trying to knock down that bouncing puck. Player in the corner. McIntyre fakes to the right, heads back to the left. Opens herself up, finds MacArthur on the outlet. Nice little loft pass through the middle. That doesn't need to be a hard pass. We touch on it quite a bit here. Just needs to be in an area where you know at least your teammate can skate into it and or win yourself a puck race. So great job there. They were able to get it deep, and now back in transition. Here go the Stars. Through the middle of the ice. Fitzpatrick there to intercept. She gets tangled up here. The old 3-car pile up. Lutley peels it over the crowd. Fires across ice for Raina Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick into the middle. Cuts through. She got tangled up. Puck finds its way into the zone. Grinton. Reverse play. Lutley will peel back. That hit that weird spot there on those Zamboni doors. In every rink you go to, everywhere in the world, there's a potential for a weird bounce off the Zamboni doors. And now Lutley all alone. Shot there. Good back check. As Grinton got a stick on that. Lutley still tied up behind the net there, trying to get herself free. Boyle. Moved it through the middle as Larkin tried to dump it in. Now Morrow, nice inside out move. Morrow one hand, nice save done. The rebound is there, and Boyle came in late. And good job by Dunn. She closed it down, but a nice move there from Kate Morrow, who was just inches away from her 3rd goal of the season. Couldn't beat Dunn, so face-off will remain inside the Stars zone here. Walker will take it right off the face-off. She's going to head north, chips it by Burris. She's going to have a step down the left side, tried to center. Now she will out front there, and they got a stick on it, but they were too far in behind the net to make that go. Back out to the neutral zone. Up the left side, Burris. Good read there. She walks in over the line. In deep. Worked around to the far side now. Pinned up against the corner. And now the Stars are going to head out with it. Down the right side. The puck's going to come out into the neutral zone area here. Gundon's just going to fire it back down inside. Citrome finds that loose puck. Shot there through a crowd. Was blocked before it could get to the net. Now is Burris. McLean. She's going to head north here. McLean pulls it to the right side. Now she'll cut back to the left. Lutley on her. Lutley takes her down, and now she's going to be penalized for that. And not that I agree with that call. I can see where they would get the call from. However, you get all torn up like that, whereas McLean was zigzagging her way left to right, and Lutley couldn't get herself turned around to keep her square, and then they both zigged at the same time. One goes down, one doesn't, and then it's a penalty. So the Selects get a great chance here to regain their lead after giving up 3 goals for the tie here. They're going to get themselves another chance here on the power play. McIntyre now, she'll stop back and behind her own net. Going to get the power play breakout underway here. Up the left side for McLean. McLean over to the right side now for Doiron. Across the line. They let that one go. That looks kind of offside, but love the call from the official because he was ready to go and right there on site. Another big clear here for the Stars. That'll allow Mullins to change up to the middle of the ice. Now 2 Stars are caught. Fitzpatrick turns. Tries to kill some time and fire it down the ice, but now it's MacArthur. She ran into player, but now McLean finds some space. She leaves it there for Vint. Vint carries it deep. She takes a whack, but carries on. Vint, back up top to the point. Boyle, across for Doiron. Towards the front of the goal. Wasn't able to get it there as it was intercepted before it could make its way. McLean, turn, fire, Dunn the save. The rebound's there for MacArthur. She didn't have a shot as Dunn had the whole side of that net covered up. Now MacArthur had it taken. Player back the other way. She's in a 1-on-2. She's just going to fire that towards the goal safely and block it away by Mason. 34 seconds left here in the power play as that's going to be moved back by the Stars, and they have definitely got a little more confidence in their game here in the third period to start. 20 seconds left to go here in the power play as Richards will carry through the neutral zone. She'll gain the blue line now, drops it back. McLeod up top for Burris. Burris shot there towards the net. That was kicked aside by Dunn through a screen. Back to the point once again. 3 seconds left to go. Lutley on her feet, ready to return. The pass to the left side for a shot. Rebounds there. Richards turnaround shot there. Rebound back to 5-on-5. And great job by Grace Dunn down there, getting the job done in the crease here in the third period. So a big kill there by the Stars. A couple good looks there from the selects on the power play as well. They just weren't able to beat Dunn this time. Into the corner. Morrow on the forecheck. Stayed in the corner. Approaching the 10-minute mark here of the third period. Looked in there now. Hung up down there on the half wall. 3-on-3 for that puck. It looks like it's going to squirt free now as Guindon across for Citrome. Citrome, backhand pass for Mullins. Would have liked to see her square that one up. Turned it over dangerously. Now Boyle's going to step in. She tries to find a loose puck. Pulls it to herself. Now Fitzpatrick. She's taken down. Delayed arm going up there. Now Mullins is going to go back the other way, 1-on-1. Ellie Mullins shoots off a stick and off the glass. And now the selects will touch up. And they're going to be penalized here for a trip. So Allie Chisholm is going to be penalized, 2, maybe less for tripping. Very delayed call by the official. So 9:51 here. We'll have to go in the third. Another power play opportunity here for the Stars in this third period. Lutley wins the draw back. Fitzpatrick shot there. That was blocked by McCaddy. She is fearless out there, has no problem blocking biscuits. And now she's going to get in on the forecheck there as Bella Fitzpatrick back for it. McCaddy ties her up. Now she'll ease off. McCaddy causing a storm down there. Now his player moves it over to the right side. Lutley tries to center. Cleared out to the blue line and underneath the skate of Fitzpatrick. So down in the zone it goes. Dunn's going to come out to play it. McLean in on the forecheck. There's now Larkin. McLean leaned into her. And now player is going to pick it up through the middle of the ice for Lutley. Lutley down the right side. She gains the zone. Cuts to the middle. Into the right side for Mullins. A shot there. That was kicked aside by Mason. McLean picked it up. She's going to fire that the length of the ice. Now she's going to head for a change. Dunn out to play it once again. Peels it off the wall. Leaves it there for Fitzpatrick. Halfway through the penalty now. Fitzpatrick off the skates of Walker. That's going to get inside the zone. And look at the hustle here from McGinnis. She takes a bump down there, but she's first on the puck. Peeled over the crowd. Richards looked up, wanted to clear, realized she had some space, and now she'll send it the length, and she's going to give chase. Chipped outside the zone. Off the stick of Burris. So the icing was waved off. Go to the corner. That's going to be lofted the length of the ice. And that'll kill off some precious seconds as well as Dunn plays it. Fires it up ice. Richards there in time to intercept as she takes a bump there from McGuigan. Burris tried to clear it, hit a body. Not really trying to block shots in the neutral zone, at least I never was. So 3 seconds now as the penalty about to expire. So another big kill there by the selects. As they're going to fire one cross ice here. Boyle able to get in the space. Cross ice pass. That's going to bounce off the wall. Player She's able to find it. Lutley now is going to find some space. Lutley. Good little smart change there as the D got caught up in the play, but they switch at the forward door to get the second D out there, and that's going to allow them to have more players back than the selects here. Back to the point. Shot coming from McCaddy. That was tipped in front, but it was tipped wide. 7 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here in the third period. We are deadlocked at 3. Fife McDonald, she trips up. And now there's going to be another penalty here to the selects. Coaches aren't going to be too happy about that. The lazy stick penalties. I call them lazy stick penalties because that's what the coach always used to call them growing up. So, third power play of the period here for the Stars. And another big kill on the way here for the hometown selects. So Fife Francis McDonald, 2 minutes for tripping. So time of the penalty, 13:03. Now is Fitzpatrick getting herself all jammed up at the blue line, trying to make sure her teammates get back on side. She fires one towards a goal. And to Lydia Mason, who kicks that aside. And now that one's going to go up and into the netting and out of play. So 6:37 left to go here in this third period. The faceoff's going to remain down inside the select zone to the right side of Mason. Puck is down, off the draw, they tie up. Field over to the crowd, Lutley finds it, she fires that, is off a stick and in behind the goal. Mullins, Lutley, and player in there, McLean, and Doyer on as well. Centering pass out front there. Couldn't pull the trigger, was Mullins, now Fitzpatrick. She fires a shot, and McHattie blocks it. And now back the other way, one-on-one is McLean. Got a flake focus, nice move into the forehand, oh, she scores! What a goal, Hallie Rose McLean for number 31. One-on-one battle. She goes underneath the stick, gets herself in the clear, and what a beauty there. And the Selects take the lead. Short-handed on a goal from Hallie Rose McLean. Stars coach wanted an explanation there. He wanted to know why it wasn't called, but whoever yelled from across the ice that you have to touch the puck. Unfortunately, I have to agree with that one. So McLean's second of the game, or 31st of the season. 31's a great number to have at the end of your season, let alone at the middle part of it. Doiron shot that. That was fanned on. Now is Fitzpatrick back the other way. One-on-one with McIntyre. Nice move, but she got the puck through but couldn't get her body through as well. Is now MacArthur able to find that loose puck, and she's going to send it to length. So 40 seconds left to go here in the power play. 5.5 left to go now. 4-3 lead for the Selects on the shorthanded goal from McLean. Chipped outside the zone now. Back for it here is Anna MacArthur. She's got Walker on the right side. Fitzpatrick cutting through the middle. Chipped off the wall. Richards couldn't win the battle. Now is Layla Burris finds it and fires it in deep. Back for the Stars now to collect. 17 seconds left. Through the middle. MacArthur turned it over. Chipped into the neutral zone. Off Richards. Richards turns, fires it in deep, and her and MacArthur will both head for a change. And that's got to be on the tape there. Come around the net with nobody near. Clean outlet pass, that's got to go on the tape. Now you're forcing your team back to defend here. Chipped off the wall. And out into the middle of the ice. Matheson looking for it. Burris spins around. Matheson was there. Cross for McHattie. Again, a great option. Back to even strength, by the way. McLean looking for the Hattie. Down and behind, McHattie. That was weird timing. Grinton down low. McHattie had to bounce off her stick. Citrone reverses it back the other way. McKenzie fires it through the neutral zone, but it doesn't quite make its way out. Grinton, nice move. Still loose in the slot. That's going to go up the left side as Vint unable to hold it. Lutley looking for that loose puck. Now as Guindon comes through, but it's McLean who turns it over just inside the blue line now. Citrone Tried to chip it. McLean cycles it in deep. She's going to turn and retreat for the bench here at the end of her shift. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left to go here in the final frame. The Stars once again looking for the equalizer here. Good pressure here from the Selects, though. They're not going to allow that to happen very easily. We know that. One of the better defensive teams in the league. Puck now once again down inside the Stars zone, approaching the 3 minute mark here. Slutley comes around the net. She'll fire it up the right side for Mullins. Mullins lofts one out into the neutral zone. Doron finds it. Takes a whack there as her and Raina Fitzpatrick get tangled up. Fitzpatrick's got a little nastiness to her game, which I do enjoy. Love to see the compete at all levels, especially without taking penalties for sure. So, lodged up at the side of the net there. Nobody could really find it. Dunn had the paddle out just to make sure. Less than 3 minutes to go here now. Lutley in behind her own goal. Slowly. She tries to loft one up, but it was turned over just inside the blue line. Tanner intercepts and fires it in deep. Selects will be happy to keep this puck 195 to 200 feet away from their net. Lutley now. Up the left side for Walker. Couldn't get it outside the zone as Doron was right there to hold the line. Into the corner. Walker now. She'll peel out of the crowd. McCaddy with the stick on it. Selects. Great press here. Holding the zone. Stars unable to get out of their defensive end here. Hemmed in here for the last minute or so. Now they're going to get the loft. Lutley battling. McIntyre chipped it off the wall. Now it's 3-on-0 back the other way as the long change here for the Stars. Down the left side, a shot coming, and that one goes high and wide. Player looking for that loose puck. Walker lost possession to McCaddy. Gwendon now tried to get it deep, but she took a bump as Burris carries. And over the line, Burris slows up. Didn't have an option. She shoulder checked. Realized her only option was in deep, so in deep it goes. Fitzpatrick now. Time ticking away here. 97 seconds left to go here in this game. Fitzpatrick through the middle. Burris long reach, able to nab that one before it could get in behind. Done. Out to play. We'll keep an eye on the goalie. If the Stars are able to get out of their defensive zone here, you got to assume they're going to take the goalie. As Martin, good spin around move at the blue line. She was able to hold the line. Now it'll get outside. Burris back in. Selects left to re-rack here on the neutral zone. Minute 13 left to go. Fitzpatrick chips it to herself. She's just going to continue on. Martin back in a hurry. She's flying here in this shift. She'll move it up the right side for Burris. Too far for her to reach. Larkin turns, fires. That hit Francis McDonald. Now we're in the last minute of play. Fitzpatrick. Another nice move, but the third one was knocked away. Fitzpatrick to the other Fitzpatrick. Too far for her to handle. Now it goes across for Boyle. Boyle turned it over in the neutral zone here. 40 seconds left to go. Stars got to get something going here now. Dunn's going to come to the bench for the extra attacker. It's going to be Caden's Player jumping on for the sixth player. Towards the goal, tipped at the side. In behind the net now, Mullins with it. Centering. Oh, front, it was loose. Oh, what a save, Mason. Post to post, big pad save there. Keep this one. That was the tying goal, it looked like for sure. Now is Larkin. Shot there. Another pad save by Mason. Rebound to the point, not out. Fitzpatrick through the middle. Spin around chance. That was blocked. 10 seconds left to go. What a sequence there as that one's going to go the length of the ice. And now the icing is going to be waved off here. And that's going to do it. The Stars score 3 to tie it. And then the Select score a shorthanded goal here in the third period off the stick of Hallie Rose McLean. And that's going to be the ball game here, a 4-3 victory for the Selects. They will improve to 24-3-0. And the Stars will fall to 13-15-1. So Coach wants an explanation on the icing there, but that will conclude the coverage here. Next game for the Selects will be December 30th, 2025 at 3 p.m. here at the Hector Arena. My name is Matt Dooley for High Button Sports. Thank you very much for tuning in this weekend. We hope you enjoyed the coverage, and we hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a happy holidays, whatever you do celebrate. We hope that it is a peaceful and safe holiday season. So thank you very much from everyone here at High Button Sports. Once again, stepping aside, we'll see you at the next one.